Promotion, relegation, and an open system in American soccer is not promising utopia, or not promising to solve 100% of American soccer's problems. And the false claim that it does is just a complete fallacy. It does not invalidate our need for an open system simply because it can't bring about earthly perfection here in America or in our soccer. So open systems, as you see around the world, they don't completely eliminate problems in soccer ecosystems around the world. There's still club collapse, there's still club failure, there's still corruption that exists in soccer all over the world. And no one is saying that that is going to be completely eliminated if American soccer implements an open system with promotion and relegation. The idea is, well, you'll still have your governing soccer federation, so we'll still have our U.S. Soccer Federation to keep things in check, make sure that we have decent requirements for participation in divisions to ensure club stability, make sure we have things like parachute payments or proper regulation of the player development scene. We can make sure we root out corruption as much as we can, match fixing, whatever. But the idea that, oh, well, because these outlier anecdote issues happen in open systems around the world, that therefore makes the whole entire concept or system invalid, and that's completely false. All we're saying is that Open USA Soccer can solve 90+% of American soccer's current issues. If you really look at the heart of things, at the root cause of all of these symptoms that we are complaining about in American soccer, well, what do they all go back to? They all go back to the reality of our closed market. So, for example, people say, oh, well, our lower divisions aren't ready yet. They're too unstable. Clubs are dying. Clubs in the third and fourth and fifth tier can't pay their players enough money. And it's pretty obvious, well, what's the point in the lower divisions? When you can't earn your way up through excellence, why invest the time, money, and energy into becoming better when you are up against a glass ceiling? So the idea is open the market, give people incentive to put their time and energy into the lower divisions and invest in the lower divisions, and you will see the lower divisions strengthened by default. Sir Alex Ferguson said about England, the end of promotion relegation would be a death sentence for, or would be suicide for lower division English clubs. And what's he saying? He's just saying the inverse of what we're saying here in America. He's saying that, well, if you close the first division in England, close the Premier League, what's the point for all these lower division clubs? They're going to eventually all suffocate, and most of them will die out. Some of them maybe will stay around in the second, third, or fourth tier, just like we see here in America. There's still a market to be had, but it will be much less vibrant in a closed English soccer ecosystem. So the idea here is you open the market here, you give millions of people incentive to focus their energies in the lower divisions, give our 9,000 plus USA Soccer clubs a chance to make it to the top of the USA Soccer pyramid, and all of a sudden the climate will change drastically. You will mobilize the market, and the competition here that we could have in American soccer will be unleashed. And the same thing with another symptom, pay to play, or lack of opportunity for our youth in soccer. Well, it's no wonder that there isn't much opportunity when 9,000 plus USA Soccer clubs have no incentive to create free-to-play academies that you see around the world. So free-to-play scouting and free-to-play academies almost do not exist here in America. The only entity that does have an academy system or a free-to-play system is MLS, which is all one club or one single company, and they're the only ones allowed in Division I. So it's no wonder that lower division clubs or people outside of MLS in Division I aren't starting up these free-to-play opportunities, because there's no incentive. If you develop players, they can just be plucked away for nothing. So why invest the time and energy? So open the market, give 9,000 plus USA soccer clubs a chance to compete, and many more will join in to that 9,000 plus number once the system is open. I could see that easily doubling if the system is declared open in X number of years. So if we address this root cause of a closed market, all of a sudden you see all these symptoms start to go away. All we need to do is look at the rest of the world where they don't have all of our same systems to as great of a degree. And what's the common denominator or commonality? Oh, they all have open systems and they are all wildly successful. They develop players properly, their clubs are strong, their national team is strong. We have all the ingredients here in America to be just like Germany or just like Spain or just like England. Yes, we're going to be different because soccer will be a portion of the massive U.S. sports pie. It won't be the dominant sport per se, but we do have the raw numbers. We have 25 plus million players. We have 30 to 50 plus million fans here. So, I mean, our soccer population alone is bigger than the total populations of some of these huge soccer nations that we are striving to compete with. I think the fans, the U.S. soccer Facebook fans, I think that number matches the entire population of Spain, which is astounding. So we have all the ingredients. We just need to address the root cause, which is a closed market. So don't listen to anyone that says, oh, well, because that one time 5 years ago, Parma went into bankruptcy, well, that completely trashes the idea of an Italian open system, and therefore we shouldn't go that route here in America. That's just complete bogus. For every one or two stories of failure or corruption, there's hundreds of more stories of success and opportunity that are kind of taken for granted in open systems. Here we look at stories like Eibar or in Spain or Bournemouth or Swansea in the UK, and we say, wow, wouldn't that be great if our clubs had the same opportunities as those small clubs do and did. We could have some awesome stories just like we see around the world. So promotion relegation USA Soccer, it's not promising utopia, it's not promising that all problems in soccer or in open markets will be solved, but it is saying that yes, we can solve 90+% of American soccer's problems by simply making one simple policy change and opening up the ecosystem to all and aligning our soccer with the rest of the world. So if you like this video, make sure to share it out on social media and also subscribe right here to my channel. And I'll talk to you soon.